I wanted to take on the Guinness Book of Records for the longest tattoo session, team of two, for the challenge. I've tattooed for 12 to 14 hours in the past and wanted to see if we can actually do 56 hours. It was very hard finding someone to actually sit down for 56 hours. A lot of people say they can do it, but yeah, it's only for the very few. The hardest thing for setting up for the longest tattoo session was actually the organisation prior. To be able to tattoo for 56 hours, make sure that we've got all inks, needles, tubes, machines are running right. We've got everything planned out from right from the stencil through to the completed tattoo. The most difficult aspect was to tattoo for the 56 hours while people were coming and going for the whole time. Trying to stay awake, looking at the end outcome and just try to break it down to smaller time lots, and as long as we got through those smaller time lots, it seemed to be a lot easier that way. The hardest moment was at around about 4 o'clock on Sunday morning, where Josh actually went to sleep, and I kept going, and then he woke up kind of like not really knowing where he was, and so we had to cut to a break, and at that point was the time that I thought, hey, maybe we're not going to be able to complete it. Once we broke the record and we got to a certain time, we knew it was pretty much well in the bag from that point onwards, and we just had to push ourselves to just raise the bar just that little bit more, and hopefully it can be out there for the next 3 to 5 years or even longer, until somebody else comes along and tries to break that 56 hours. Looking back on the experience, it was great. It is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I would never ever do it again, not even contemplate it or think about it. It was really hard. Even a few weeks later, I still think when I go to bed that I'm still tattooing. I wake up and I'm doing something, start sleepwalking and so forth. So it has affected me in that sort of way. But at the end of the day, I've set it at 56 hours, and I'll never ever do it again. Since doing the Guinness Book of Records, the official attempt, it has actually increased a few more people coming through. We've had a couple of extra bookings, people that, especially listeners on 3AW, that probably wouldn't normally come here, have called in and watched us do the Guinness attempt, and they've come back later on and booked in. It especially seems that we were doing good as well by raising money for the local schools. There was actually a lot of people involved in the setting up for the Guinness World Record attempt before, during and after. So I'd like to say thanks to all of them. They know who they are. But at the same time, Phat Inc is here to stay, and we're looking to raise the bar.